Good morning, everyone. Let's do some prayers and then we will start our class. And today's class is a continuation from the last Wednesday's class. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, Om Bhur Bhavaswaha, Tatsavitravarenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat, Asto Ma Sadgamya, Tamso Ma Jyotirgamya, Mrityorma Mritam Gamya, ओम सहनावतु सहना भुनक्तु सवीर्यं कर्वावहि तेजस्विनाव अधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि ओम शांति 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 ओम. We all know how important memory is. If we don't remember what we learned, we cannot move forward. So this is the topic we touched upon last week. And today I'm going to give you some simple memory techniques which really work. Memory is not about talent. It is about technique. So that's why I said that techniques we have to learn. The right techniques. So today first I will give you some methods, then I will give you about 12 different techniques also. The first method is, which we can use in our daily life, visualization. See it to remember it. The brain remembers images better than words. If you only read or hear something, it fades. But if we see it in the mind, it stays longer. So when we learn something new, we create a picture in our mind. For example, if you are learning a word, imagine its meaning. If learning a process, imagine each step. If learning a name, imagine the face. The more colorful and clear the image, the stronger the memory. Brain loves pictures. The second thing I would like you to remember is association. Connect new information to old information. The brain remembers better when new information is connected to something familiar. This is called association. For example, connect a new name to someone you know. Connect new idea to a story. Connect a lesson to a real event. When we connect, brain says, I know this. I can remember this. So association makes memory faster. Another method we can use it, story method. Turn information into a story. Brain loves stories. That is why we remember movies and forget notes. So we turn information into a small story. For example, connect facts into a story. Create a simple scene in your mind. Add emotions or actions to that. A story gives flow to information, and flow creates memory. Even boring information becomes memorable when it becomes a story. Another method to remember is called chunking. Break information into small groups. The brain struggles with long lists, but it handles small groups easily. So chunking means breaking information into parts. For example, phone numbers are grouped, long topics are divided into sections. So instead of remembering 20 points, remember 4 groups of 5 points. Small chunks are easier to recall. Another method to remember is teach to somebody else. This is one of the best memory techniques, teaching. If you can teach something simply, we understand and remember it. Step 1 is learn a topic. Step 2 is explain it in simple words. Step 3 is find what you cannot explain. And step 4 is learn that part again. So teaching shows gaps in understanding. Fixing gaps strengthens memory. You might say that, who's going to learn from us? Stand in front of the mirror. Think that you are teaching someone. Pretend there's a group of people in front of you learning from you. And fill the gaps. Another method is to use the senses to strengthen memory. Brain remembers better when multiple senses are involved. For example, read aloud, write by hand, speak the information, visualize it. More senses equals stronger memory. Passive reading creates weak memory. Active reading creates strong memory. Another method you can use it, make memory emotional. Emotions make memory powerful. The brain remembers funny things, surprising things, emotional moments. So add emotions to learning. Make it funny, make it dramatic, make it personal. Emotions tell the brain that this is important. And important things are remembered. Another method you can use it, practice. Practice recall, not rereading. Most people reread notes again and again. Rereading feels safe but creates a weak memory. Strong memory comes from recall. After learning, close the book. Ask yourself questions. Try to remember without looking. Recall strengthens memory much more than rereading. So memory improves when learning becomes active. So these are the different ways. Whichever way works for you. Different days you can try different things. Visualization, association, stories, teaching, recall. All these techniques turn memory into a skill, not a struggle. Another thing you need to do is use the revision strategies that make memory permanent. Because learning something once is not enough. Brain forgets naturally. And that is normal. But forgetting does not mean failure. It only means we must revise the right way. If we revise correctly, memory becomes strong and permanent. Understand how forgetting works. The brain forgets information over times if it's not used. This is called forgetting, or even a forgetting curve. Right after learning, memory is strong. After some time, memory becomes weak. If we revise at the right moment, memory becomes stronger again. So each correct revision tells the brain that this is important. Keep it. And do this repetition after some time also. Not same day. Many people revise everything on the same day. To them, it feels productive, but it's not effective. Strong memory comes from spaced repetition. This means revise after 1 day, then maybe after 3 days, and then after 7 days, then after 15 days. See how much you have remembered. Each gap forces the brain to recall information. Recall strengthens memory much more than repetition. And also revise actively, not passively. Passive revision means reading notes again, highlighting texts, watching the same video, which feels very easy, but it creates a weak memory. And what is an active revision? Closing the book, writing what we remember, explaining aloud, answering questions. So active revision challenges the brain. Challenge creates memory. And test yourself regularly. Because we are students, testing is very important. And testing is a memory tool. When we test ourselves, the brain searches for information. And we don't need to memorize again. We only need to refresh. And which saves time, reduces mental pressure. And if we want to remember everything, we must stop forcing memory. We must focus on understanding. Understanding creates meaning and connection, confidence. And meaning, connection, and confidence create long-term memory. When we test ourselves, the brain searches for information. Connections become stronger. These are like a simple self-tests. For example, write key points from memory. Explain without notes. Ask yourself why questions. So in the beginning, testing feels hard, but it is very powerful. Hard learning equals strong memory. And another way you can challenge yourself, mix topics during revisions. Many people revise on one topic fully, then move to the next. This creates a short-term memory. Strong learners mix topics. For example, revise topic A, then topic B, then come back to topic A. This forces the brain to think deeply. Deep thinking strengthens memory. And always revise in short, focused sessions. Long revision sessions create tired memory. Short focus sessions create sharp memory. For example, 20 to 30 minutes, full focus, no distractions. Quality matters more than quantity. And use writing to lock memory. Writing by hand activates the brain deeply. When we write, we slow down, we think, we process the information. Writing important points locks them into memory. Even the short notes are very powerful. So you don't have to write the long essays, but just bullet points also help. After revision, sleep. Sleep is memory's best friend. After revision, sleep helps the brain organize information. store important memories. So studying without sleep destroys memory. Good sleep is part of learning. And also learn what you or use what you have learned in daily life. Because if you don't use it, we lose it. The brain remembers what it uses. If we apply knowledge in conversation, in teaching, in practice, memory becomes very natural. Use creates importance. Importance creates memory. Memory does not become strong by learning once. It becomes strong by revising correctly. So spaced repetition, active recall, testing short focus, good sleep, these are some of the habits we need to cultivate if we want to have a better memory. Let me give you some daily habits which will make your memory strong also. Because memory is not built in one day. It is built every day. If we want to remember everything, we must change small daily habits. These habits, they look simple, but they are very powerful. Start the day with a clear mind. Memory works best when the mind is calm. If the day starts with stress, memory becomes weak. Strong memory learners wake up calmly, avoid phone immediately. They take a few deep breaths. A calm start creates a focused brain. Protect your focus during learning. That means learning with the distractions destroys memory. So when we learn, we should keep our phone away. We should always close those extra tabs. You got to learn to sit properly. Even 20 minutes of deep focus is enough. Focus tells the brain, this matters. And the brain remembers what matters. And use active recall every day. Do not wait to test your memory later on. Every day we recall what we learned. For example, write main points from memory. Explain aloud without notes. Ask yourself questions. Recall strengthens memory pathways. The more we recall, the easier remembering becomes. Always remember or review yesterday's learning also briefly. We are all students. We come to the classes every single day. We should remember what we learned yesterday. Before learning something new, we should revise the old information. Just 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take that long. This reminds the brain that this is still important. Small daily revision prevents forgetting. And again, remember, teach what you learn. Teaching is powerful. Just like I said earlier, if nobody else is listening, we can teach a wall. We can teach a notebook. Our own voice. When we teach, we organize information. Organized knowledge is remembered easily. Move your body to improve memory. Brain loves movement. Light exercises, walking, stretching, simple activity that will improve your blood flow to the brain. Better blood flow means better memory. We don't need heavy exercises. Simple movement is enough for this task. And remember, sleep is not optional. During sleep, the brain stores memory. The brain removes noise without sleep. Learning disappears. Strong memory needs regular sleep, time, enough rest. Remember, sleep is memory power. And reduce stress and overthinking. Stress blocks memory. We must protect our mind. Simple habits. Daily pranayama. Daily few minutes of complete silence. Reducing the negative input. A relaxed brain remembers better. And again, use what you learn daily. The brain remembers what it uses. We try to speak new words, apply new ideas, practice skills. Use creates importance, and importance creates memory. And again, be patient and consistent with yourself. Because brain improvement or the memory improvement is slow but sure. Some days you might feel strong, some days we might feel weak. But remember, if you keep on practicing like this, it will improve. We should not stop. Consistency beats talent. Memory is not a gift, it is a trainable skill. If we train attention, revise correctly, build daily habits, remembering becomes natural. You do not forget because you are weak. You forget because you were never taught how to remember. But now you know. Use these habits daily and your memory will change. You will see that. Remember one very important truth. You do not have a weak memory. You were just never taught how to use your brain correctly. Memory is not a magic. It is a skill. When you focus deeply, understand clearly, revise smartly, and practice daily, your memory improves naturally. And do not rush into it. Do not feel pressure. Small daily habits create strong memory over time. Believe in your own brain. Train it patiently. When you learn the right way, forgetting becomes rare. Keep learning, keep practicing, and trust your brain. Now, let me give you some very practical things to do also, not just from the remembering from the books, but some of the ways you can really work on your brain. If you are right-handed, that means your dominant hand is right. Use your other hand also from time to time. That's how you build new neural connections. If you always brush your teeth with your right hand, brush with your left hand also sometimes. Or eat food with your left hand. That means the non-dominant hand. If you're left-handed, try it with the right hand. Or when you're opening a door, if you're always reaching out to the doorknob with the right hand, try it with the left hand. Just a simple switch in using a different hand makes a big difference. You are training your brain to stay alert that way. You are training your brain to stay flexible and sharp. A simple change in that habit. Another thing you should do on a daily basis, do one hard thing every day. Something you always didn't want to do because it was hard. Just one hard day a day. Challenge your brain that way. Your brain wakes up. It doesn't stay sleepy. Number 3, stay away from screens for some times every day. Screen is like giving sugar to a child every 30 seconds. It's addictive. And everybody's addictive to this. And that's making our brain dumb. When you sleep, sleep in a dark, silent room. No phone near you. You will see that memory will become sharper. When was the last time you walked in the nature alone without a phone? Do that. Connect with this nature. I'm not saying go to a lonely, dangerous place. No, be careful. But when was the last time you used these senses to connect with the nature? When was the last time you really appreciated those flowers, that breeze? Do that. Read something to challenge yourself. We often like to read something which we already know or something which we are familiar with. Challenge yourself. Read something which is different, which does not even suit your personality. Your brain will wake up. I was telling you to remember things. Try to remember without checking Google. Because instantly we want to check with the Google. Try to remember. Because our brain already has a lot of storage there. A lot of information is already there. Do something new even if you are bad at. It could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be walking backward, it could be cooking. Anything you're bad at, give it a try. That will wake up your brain. From time to time, change your daily routine. Just a small change has big effect. Yesterday, when I was teaching this yoga class, I changed the routine a little purposely. And I'm sure the students who come all the time, they must be thinking, what happened? When you think like this, brain wakes up. Small changes, big effects. Your brain gets surprised. And surprise in the brain is a growth. And again, make sure you teach what you learn. Your brain is like a fire. If you don't pass the flame to others, it slowly goes cold. And you have heard it from me many times that our own Gurudev Ji used to say, every student is a teacher. That's why at the ashram, I always encourage everybody to keep on teaching. If you see somebody with a stiff neck, you can easily teach them. You don't need a teacher certificate. Just remember God and pass this information. How to rotate your neck, how to stretch your arms up, how to breathe deeply. Once you are practicing it, very easy to share it. All you're doing is sharing. Every student is a potential teacher, and every teacher should stay open to the new ideas. Always be a student. So pass the flame to others. Do not let it get cold. Another beautiful way to keep our brain cells working optimally, our rishis told us, our Sanatan Dharma talks about it all the time. These days it has become a fad, which is called intermittent fasting. Whether you want to do it intermittent fasting, or whether you want to do Ekadashi, Puranamasi, Karva Chauth, Janamashtami, Shivratri, whatever kind of a fast you want to do, or a Tuesday fast, Thursday fast, Friday fast, there should be a regular fasting in your routine. Fasting activates a chemical called BDNF, a brain growth hormone. We often want to fast because we want to lose weight or we want to please God. But there is a beautiful benefit of it in our own memory cells also. Fast regularly. Not to hurt yourself, but to benefit yourself. So whatever condition of your body is, we all can fast at least a little bit. Constantly putting food in our mouth is not a wise thing to do. Another thing you need to do, brain writing, not brainstorming. Brainstorming we do when we talk to each other. Brain writing, we are doing it in our own brain. That's how our brain cells, they become better. Another way you can do is take cold showers. Cold shower is for mental alertness. Comfort kills brain cells. You may not like to take the cold shower completely, but at least 30 seconds towards the end or in the beginning, cold shower. You will see that how that will wake your brain up. Last thing I would like to tell you, memorize something. It could be a shlok from Bhagavad Gita, a mantra from the Vedas, or just a poem, or a song, or even a quote, or a sentence. We are just outsourcing our memory to Google and phones. That's why we hear it from everybody. I cannot remember. Take back this rein in your hand. Weak brain is not a good brain. And the end, I would like to tell you very strongly that if you do not protect your brain, nobody else will. It's your job to protect it. Because as human beings, our brain, our memory, it is so precious to us. So work on it. Don't get confused with all these ideas. Try to implement even one or two ideas. You will see the difference, but with a full confidence and a full faith. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaye Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti 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 Om. Thank you very much for joining.